Hello, this here is the LEGO City Space Ride Amusement Truck set. It cost me $50, 50 USD, and I built the whole thing live over on Twitch. This comes with 3 minifigures and there are 2 small side builds. The tractor trailer rig is able to fold all up, well, compact all up for transit, just like a real ride. I'll show you that later though, because I want to focus on mostly looking at it in this fully open form where you can see all the features and see how it works and everything. The track here is obviously roller coaster track in just a regular orange color. They just give you 4 lengths of the standard radius 90-degree pieces there. It doesn't actually fold up. The feet down here do, but you do a little bit of parts forming, take some pieces off, put them back on to get everything to be compacted for travel. And you're going to see a number of very obvious stickers in this. I will point those out though as we go. A few of these things are nice little prints. Quickly getting the side builds out of the way, just a small ticket booth here, a very basic build, but this will fit onto the back of the truck. And this is a new print specific to this ride. You can see it's very, very specific to it. Just a picture that's been taken of the kid going around, the kid that was included in the set. And this other thing over here is, I believe that's supposed to be a generator and then just a can of fuel to run the whole thing long term throughout the day. Each of the little ride cars is just a standard roller coaster base, but it's in the generic black color, which I think is going to be really useful for a lot of custom things, as opposed to ones that really stand out. You can't get much more basic than black, which means that other things you put on top of it are able to keep most of people's attention, rather than the base being really part of the artfulness of it and the visual design of it. You got a little bit of exhaust back here and a suggestion of a play blaster on the front that somebody can pretend that they're using. And you're chasing around these little alien things, which are fun, tiny builds. That is a print there for the eye. And then this is a small 2x2 cake topper in a regular green, not bright green, but just a regular green. Same type of piece is used right here. Almost the exact same build is used here. Got the bigger alien in the middle. This one does not turn. I'll show you how the whole thing works in just a second. Half of a nose cone there as well. Some of these larger macaroni pieces are used to good effect. Almost looks like an alien anthropomorphized cactus. And this is a sticker right here with a little nod back to classic space with the design of the shuttle on there. Very, very retro looking the whole thing is. The whole thing operates via this hand crank back here, which is next to the minifig access. They go up, it's a ladder, but it's supposed to be set up as stairs. Final couple little bits of stairs at the end, and that's where somebody would supposedly get on and off. But you just rotate this, it turns a gear right down there, the splat looking gear, small one, and there's a medium sized one down at the base. Purple and green are the colors there, just basic green. And this is pretty consistent and reliable. It's pretty simple. You can get it going pretty quickly. Quicker than that, but it doesn't tear itself apart as long as you put it together properly, which I did not at first, but I was quickly corrected on that. And yeah, you can keep it slow. I'm sure you can motorize this easily. It's probably not going to take too many pieces to adapt up a motor to the back of this, but yeah, that's it. Stuff just spins around. It's simple, straightforward. There's nothing else different to see around the other side. There's not a whole lot of customization you can do to the ride as it is right here. Can this? Nope. I was gonna say, can this go up? Yeah, it can go up just a little bit. So you can take these up to that point. And this can also be rotated around depending upon how you want this to be viewed wherever you're going to sit it. So you can put it in different orientations. It's not locked to just one. This just is intended to easily be pulled up, and then you can just push it into place, and then you're good to go. And that's it. It just does what it's supposed to do. The tractor cab is fairly modern looking, a little bit simplistic in its physical design. Let me just pull the trailer off the back there temporarily. Get that out of the way just so you can see this from some different angles. Big sticker here, big sticker there, big sticker there. They're nice and all, but they look a little bit, I don't know, maybe it would have been better if they could have done a large print for this or something simpler, because it just feels like it's broken up so much there. It makes it look a little bit more garbled. On the inside, the driving position is offset to the left, which is nice, and there's a spot for the all-important coffee mug. I don't know what the box is there for, what you're supposed to put in that, but one other thing that I failed to mention to you is that on the back of the cab, the section right here. Actually, this probably shouldn't have come up like that. There's a different part that should come up, but right there, that's intended to be the camera that takes the picture of a rider as they go around, and then they can pay for a printout of it. There's one important thing to point out if you want to take the truck away and leave just the trailer here. The front is not going to be supported. There's nothing under there. So I recommend taking this little side build and just leaving it all together. You can take the individual things off that, but I recommend just leaving it together and use that as your support for the front end of this. Otherwise, it's basically going to be bending the tracks apart. It's not going to work that well. So something should be under here. Unfortunately, they give you something that will work for that. And finally, when everything is packed up onto the truck, this is what it looks like, you know, and this is pretty right. This is how amusement park rides that are mobile, which most of them are, get all folded up. You know, you see a lot of the stuff there, but it does fit within a nice narrow space. This is barely wider than 6 studs at this point. It does overlap just slightly, but not really much farther than the wheels and tires themselves do. And it's convenient enough. You know, you can park this away. That's good. And it still drives just fine. These are the 3 minifigures included. I believe this is a new print for 2022 for the employee and operator of the ride. And you just got a kid and mom or guardian. And that's it. Look at that. It reminds me so much of the maw, actually, the center alien character there. Get an alternate face for this guy, alternate face for him. Nothing for her though. But check this out. They do include, thankfully, an alternate hair piece or alternate headgear piece for this guy. So I guess that box that I was wondering what is in the truck cab can just be used to hold this when he's driving around. These are the few leftover pieces, and the sticker sheet looks something like that. Honestly, the price of $50 US does not surprise me for this amount of stuff in 2022, especially considering that a fair number of the parts here are pretty big and specialized pieces, and LEGO tends to really bump up the prices of those. But I personally don't feel a great amount of satisfaction here for that price. The mechanism works just fine, but it does just send things in a circle. You know, I definitely see some parts here that I would like to use for other things. Printed pieces, recolors and stuff. Small number of figures, although adding more figures only would have helped you to swap riders on and off of the 2 little spaceships here. You can't use more than 3 figures on this at one time. So I can forgive that small number of figures for this size of set. But honestly, I just don't feel a lot of love for this. And part of that might come down to just the color scheme and how wild it is. The graphic design treatment over here, like this core I like. This right here is nice. The orange I'm good with. The orange against the green, against the purple, I'm kind of okay with. But the truck, like for me personally, and this is definitely some subjective bias here. For me personally, I would have liked to see the truck looking nicer and also a little bit more generic, or some way to more easily, more readily use it throughout the rest of the city. And I didn't check to see just how much compatibility there is with the connection right here. Typically, LEGO is really terrible these days about consistency of the hitch for trailers, many types of trailers, including here with the 5th wheel. Hopefully this works with some other trailers that have come out in recent years, but I kind of doubt it just from recent history. So yeah, I want this to be $40 US personally to be a little bit happier with it. If it looked nicer, I think I would be more willing to forgive the price again in 2022. That's just where I'm at with it. Definitely like to see this one on sale, but what is here does work fine. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to what I had to say about it. Come to your own conclusions, and I'll talk to you again soon.